There will soon be changes happening within Burlington and the surrounding communities. This week, the Middlesex 3 Coalition held their second annual MC Summit at the Farley White Interest Building in Billerica.
So this is the second year we've hosted a real estate forum with the New England Real Estate Journal. Last year we hosted it in Burlington, and we looked at really what are the challenges to economic development in the area, and talked a lot about transportation and amenities and things that we need to bring to the communities in order to encourage economic development. And so this year, working with New England Real Estate Journal, it was a success last year, so we decided we'd do it again. And we looked at what are the next steps, what does the future hold in the next 5 to 10 years. We talked a lot about working with the millennials and trying to encourage a dialogue with the employees, with the municipalities, and trying to be more creative with development in the area and bringing more workforce resources to the table as well too.
During the discussion, there were two panel groups. The first talked about stimulating economic growth in Middlesex 3 through creative initiatives in suburban development.
You know, we need to deal with transportation issues, and transportation issues are not only traffic on the highway, but getting people what's called last mile, getting people from public transportation spots to places like this on Concord Road in Billerica. So the good news is that we're all working together and there are more and more resources. The bad news is that there's not an easy solution. If there was, somebody would have already come up with it.
The second discussed how businesses are making the change to bring their companies and employees to Middlesex County.
There's been a lot of development and growth in the greater Boston region. It's becoming very congested. It's getting difficult to move in and out of the city. And so I think what we're looking at now is how we can use places like Middlesex 3, towns like Billerica, Burlington, Tingsboro, Lowell, to provide the level of amenities that young people, professionals expect, and how we can also attract the companies up here.
I got a chance to speak with panelists from each of the forum discussions.
I mean, really, we're trying to get the businesses to provide amenities within their building so that employees don't have to go off-site to even work out or run an errand. It's actually the services are being brought right to the business. And it's helping businesses retain employees and helping them maximize their free time on the weekends.
The ability for families, for employees to have a work-life balance, to be able to have maybe a more spacious place to live, affordable housing, access to bike trails. You have more access to whether it's the lakes region, the mountains, where as you might not have that accessibility if you were in downtown Boston. So those are a lot of the pros to being up in this area.
Finally, the members of the Middlesex 3 Coalition got this opportunity to see what will happen to Middlesex County in the future.
Well, really, there's a lot of activity going on from the Burlington, Bedford, Lexington area up to Lowell, Westford, Tingsboro. There's really a lot happening, and a lot of things in different communities where we see a different development, whether it's the housing going on in Lowell or the high-tech companies coming to Bedford and Burlington, and really making certain that the workforce is prepared over the next 5 to 10 years, and that we've got the resources in place, but we need to make certain that we're engaging with each other in order to make certain we're aware of the resources and continue to promote this area.
So I hope they get some insight to help them understand how to best position their properties or their communities for continued growth.
So we have a great group of panelists. So we have a mix of employers and developers and investors in retail and home and buildings, and they're going to share some of the things they need in order to help the cities and towns in our Middlesex 3 region grow.
From the Farley White Interest Building, I'm Robert Paris for BNEWS Weekly.